Hello. So, so here we are, um, in Ark Survival Evolved. We've just tamed the Parasaur. I'm thinking about moving this Parasaur over to. Yeah, I'm thinking about moving this Parasaur over to our other server. To our oh, what's going on over there? Hold on. We got a stray. What is this thing? Whatever that is, attacking our Therizino. This is a powerful thing. It was able to knock back the Therizino off the coral. That's a powerful tame. That's a Pegomastix. It's got more punch than it looks like for a creature that size. So anyways, what we need to do is craft up a bunch of narcotics with this Parasaur close by. And have the level up its weight. And then we can move it over to 113 where we can do some egg farming and send some of those eggs over to over here. Okay, what do we got? Well, we got some narcotics to put away in this building. Wherever we got room, there we go. We got a bit of room there. Okay. So yeah, we need to level up this Parasaur. So we need to craft some narcotics. The Argentavis have some narcotics. Has some spoiled meat. We'll go ahead and take some of that. Yeah. And get to crafting. Yeah, so I had some really nice beef jerky this morning. Like not your average stuff. Not like not just salted meat. This stuff was like it's called vacadillos. Very good stuff. The stuff specifically had Carolina Reaper. I don't know if you could hear, but my mucous membranes are very active right now. And it's because they added a little bit of Carolina Reaper. You don't have to add a lot. And this stuff is spicy. Now it's not the same kind of spice you get from artificial spices like pure capsaicin, but it's pretty close. But it's still organic. So like, okay, so when you refine capsaicin, by the way, you've probably had capsaicin in your life. Many restaurants who have a hot wings challenge where they want you to eat the hottest thing they got, they often throw in a couple crystals of pure capsaicin in the product to really crank up the heat to get you to lose the challenge. See, the thing is, pure capsaicin, it's like it's synthesized or whatever. Well, it's not synthesized. It's highly refined. And the thing is, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter after you eat it. It just keeps getting hot. Natural peppers, organic peppers, while the Carolina Reaper has a very high, what they call a Scoville level, it is still organic, so after you eat the pepper, that heat's going to wear off after time, and it's going to dissipate. So there's a big difference. So like pure capsaicin, hold on, let's take some of that. Pure capsaicin is what you find in products like Bengay and Icy Hot. It's that sensation you get that doesn't really go away. It just keeps going and going and going. And you know, you might wash your hands pretty well, but you might still get some of that effect, some of that spiciness. So yeah, pure capsaicin and organic peppers, two whole different things. The organic pepper, it's organic, so it's gonna wear off over time. Pure capsaicin, the effect can last quite some time, and that's why they use it in products such as Bengay and Icy Hot. So, anyways, yeah, this beef jerky, this salted beef, it's It had a little bit of Carolina Reaper. It's pretty good. Really hot, really spicy. It's already starting to wear off a bit. But at the moment I ate it, yeah, you could tell. You could tell it had pure capsaicin. I mean, not pure capsaicin. Sorry. You could tell it had Carolina Reaper in it. And one nice thing that they did is they added celery salt. So normally, to get beef jerky, to get salted beef to taste really good, you got to add a bit of MSG. And you know, we're all talking about, people are all talking about how MSG might not be ideal to add to all your food, even if it makes it taste better. Because it's like, it's kind of like that pure capsaicin thing. It's like, it's a refined good, so it's not necessarily organic. So it might not have an effect like an organic substance should. So, anyways, what they added in place of MSG was celery salt. Now, celery salt is very high. Well, not, I don't know about celery salt, but celery protein. Celery protein. Have you noticed celery tastes really good, but it doesn't give you much calories? Well, the reason for that is celery is very high in the same compounds that are in MSG. So when you eat celery, you're not going to get a lot of calories, but you're going to get a lot of flavor. So celery salt, I don't know if you need the salt. Maybe, maybe not. Not too sure. Maybe it helps. But celery has that green protein, has that vegetable protein. And it's gonna activate those flavonoids or whatever. Your tongue is gonna activate your tongue. Your tongue's gonna be like, whoa, this tastes awesome, even if it necessarily doesn't do a lot. See, the thing is, the way we're wired is when we need something, it tastes good. But you don't always have to have what you need for it to taste good. For example, caffeine. Caffeine tastes good, but it doesn't do nothing. It doesn't do anything for you. That's why ants die from caffeine. That's why bees die from caffeine. Caffeine, it tricks your brain into thinking, oh, this is good. This is doing things for me. But it doesn't do much for you. So that's why, like, sweets and caffeine is such a big combination, at least in the Americas. I don't know if you're familiar, but in the Americas we have several chains that sell sweets and caffeine, specifically just that combination. And so what happens is you take a bite of your sweets let's say you got okay, I just did this morning. Let's say you got a marshmallow. You take a bite of marshmallow. You take a sip of coffee. You take a bite of marshmallow. You take a sip of coffee. And what happens is the brain goes, whoa, marshmallow is sweet, good. And then the caffeine actually boosts that voice. So all of a sudden, the brain was like this. That marshmallow tastes pretty good. And then I take a sip of coffee, and then I taste the marshmallow again. And then all of a sudden, the brain's like, oh, that marshmallow is incredible. So the caffeine amplifies the brain's signal when it says this is good, this tastes good. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, mucous membranes are all activated because the Carolina Reaper. Anyways, yeah, the caffeine amplifies the brain's signal of this is a good food, this tastes good, this is sweet, this has sugars. The caffeine amplifies that. So, anyways, where was I even going with that? I'm not too sure. Anyways, yeah, that's MSG. Oh yeah, I was going with MSG. So MSG works in a similar way, where it says, you know, this food tasted. The brain signals. It goes from saying, "Oh, this food tasted all right," to all of a sudden the brain's going crazy and it's raving about it. It's going crazy about it. So MSG otherwise known as vegetable protein, amplifies the brain signal saying that food is nutritious and sweet and sugar filled. So it's a common ingredient. But the thing is, you don't necessarily have to get MSG to have a similar effect. See, the problem with MSG that we're discovering as time goes on is we've refined MSG. So it's a refined material. So it's kind of like it's like the difference between it's like the difference between what's the, like the difference between it's like the difference between coconut oil and plastic. Plastic is a refined product. You can't just eat plastic. It's not going to be good in your body. Coconut oil is a very organic product. You can more than likely consume some coconut oil and be okay. Are they kind of similar to each other? They are. Are they both oils? They are. But the difference is the coconut oil is in its natural form and the plastic is in a refined form. So we kind of are discovering that MSG crystals are maybe not the best thing to consume, the same way plastic is maybe not the best thing to consume. So people are, as time goes on, people are starting to avoid adding MSG crystals to their foods. Uh, same reason why some people are choosing not to add uh, capsaicin spicy crystals to their food. You know, there's we don't know what the effects are. We don't know what the effects are, but it might not be the best idea to be eating highly refined goods. So, anyways, yeah, the MSG, the if you are if you are looking to boost your food and you don't want to use MSG, a more natural alternative is celery. The reason for that is celery has that protein, that vegetable protein, that's gonna boost your brain, saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is some good flavor." So, yeah. So I'm guessing that's why this recipe calls for celery salt instead of MSG. And it's good. I enjoy it. It's not bad. I mean, it's a different route than most beef jerky makers make. Most beef jerky makers.
I'm glad I can't smell.
Most beef jerky makers stick to MSG, salt, and what else they add? I think soy sauce or something like that. And that's all they got for their recipe. Oh, yeah, it's nighttime. That's appropriate. These guys took a different route, and I applaud them for it. The route they took was celery salt, Carolina Reaper, and oh yeah, they didn't add sugar. I forgot to add that. Most people add sugar to the recipe because it helps out a bit. So these guys, they went with citric acid, which is a different route. Because most people, they add some preservative. There's some preservative you can add to beef jerky to make it last longer. And I don't know if it messes me up. Normally I don't eat beef jerky anymore because it does seem to have a strange effect. But this one, no problem. It's got some vinegar. That's different than normal. So I picture they're using the vinegar and the citric acid very similar to how you might use preservative. I think they call it xanthan gum or something like that in normal beef jerkies. This one doesn't have it. It's got salt, vinegar, onion. I'm not too sure what the point of the onion is. Maybe added just to the flavor. Some garlic as well. But I'm guessing the orange and lime. Oh, hold on. This does have sugar. Why does it say it has no sugar? Oh, the other one had no sugar. This one does have sugar. Okay. It's got a bit of sugar. Celery salt, scorpion pepper, cayenne, Reaper pepper. I think the Reaper is really what got me. Scorpion pepper, it can be pretty hot, but I I used to drink this stuff. We had we had got this this deal where we got 6 bottles of scorpion pepper once, and I would just lather my food in that stuff until it ran out. So I don't think it was the scorpion pepper. I think it's that Carolina Reaper. Now it didn't have much, but I think it had just enough to really get me. Yeah, and now that I think about it, I can definitely taste the sugar crystals. Yeah, that's good stuff. I couldn't really detect the onion. I'm sure it was in there. Couldn't really detect the onion a lot. It says it was one of the main ingredients, but I don't know. I don't know what I was mostly focused on the fruity flavors from the peppers. And I guess maybe some of that citrus and the salt, of course. People don't consider salt a spice, but I think salt has a flavor. I'm really glad they didn't add that normal stuff. There's this, I forget what it's called at the moment, but oh, hold on. I got a package from, here we go. So the normal flavor, oh, holy smokes, these guys don't use it either. Yeah, I guess people are starting to move off of that stuff. Yeah, there's so traditionally in beef jerky there's something, I forget what it's called at the moment, but it's like what's it called? I don't know. There's some kind of strange ingredient they often add, and I'm pretty sure it's a preservative. Seems like people are starting to move off of that. There's a different container I got from a beef jerky a while ago. They use pineapple extract, which is actually kind of cool. Pineapple is one of those fruity flavors. You don't necessarily need to add pineapple juice. Sometimes a little bit of pineapple powder adds a bit of that flavor, and you're not necessarily looking for the sweetness. Sometimes the brain is like a puzzle, and if you make enough of the picture, the brain can fill out the rest of the puzzle without needing those pieces. So like pineapple powder, for example, sometimes you add a little bit of pineapple powder to something, and the brain's like, whoa, this tastes sweet, but there's actually no pineapple sugar in that product. It's just pineapple powder. So it's like when you, well, what's a good example? So it's like it's like when you eat vanilla ice cream. So you're not actually tasting, or here we go, that's a bad example because vanilla ice cream is packed full of sugar. It's like when you're eating okay, have you ever heard of dessert coffees? They're coffees that are they got flavor with like vanilla, cinnamon, whatever. So I don't know about you, but me personally, when I eat a dessert coffee, when I drink a dessert coffee, I can taste sweetness, but there's actually no sugar in the coffee. It's black coffee, but it's they added a little bit of extract to it, and that extract sends signals to my brain where I'm like, this tastes like vanilla ice cream, and so I'm thinking this tastes sweet, but it's actually there's no sugar in it. So I don't know if that's standard, but for me personally, if it's got extract, it boosts that flavor extract is sweet to me, even if there's no sugar in it. So it's like I don't know, something about the flavors. It's close enough to ice cream, and actually it's kind of ruined ice cream to me, because now I try out ice cream and I'm like, this is too sweet. All I taste is sugar. I can't taste the vanilla. So yeah, that's kind of, I don't know if that's standard how people work, but that's kind of how I work, where I'm like, I'm more there for the flavor than the actual sugar at this point. Sugar's nice, but now I can detect the taste of sugar, And so like when I taste sugar, instead of being a flavor amplifier, it's just it stands on its own, and it can sometimes be intrusive. Uh, so yeah, me personally, I nowadays I tend to exclude sugar from my stuff unless I'm eating sugar on its own. If I'm eating sugar on its own, like I'll straight up eat a spoonful of sugar and be like, yeah, that's some good tasting sugar. I can taste the flavor of the sugar. Most people, they don't taste sugar, they taste sweetness. And I used to be the same way when I was drinking a 7 Up. I was tasting citrus with a sweetness effect. But nowadays I can taste the sugar and I'm like, it kind of, to me it kind of tastes like tomato, and I'm like, I'm not into this. I don't want to taste sugar. I want to taste the vanilla, or I want to taste the orange, or I want to taste the flavor. Um, but yeah, yeah, sugar is normally supposed to be an amplifier though, to increase the flavor of something. But now, for me at least, sugar stands on its own, and it can sometimes disrupt the flavor of foods. Unless I'm looking for the taste of sugar. Sometimes sugar, the taste of sugar, just like the taste of tomato, is a flavor that you're looking for. Is a flavor that you seek out, that you want to taste.
That's
Uh, but yeah, as a kid, sugar was something that was just it was an amplifier. But yeah, nowadays I'll taste a spoonful of sugar just to taste the sugar. Uh, not looking to add it as an additive, but as its own ingredient, as its own. It stands on its own now. Rather than being an additive. Now it's a like its own. So you know how on the plate you got all of your condiments and stuff all separated. The sugar is now got its own place on the plate uh, instead of just being in the mix. It's got its own segment on the lunch tray. But yeah, it's interesting. They add a pineapple extract to that one beef jerky. Uh, I find pineapple powder to be an excellent addition to hot sauces. There's a couple hot sauces out there that use pineapple powder, and I really enjoy those ones. I don't know what it is, if it's the flavor or if it's the fibers from the pineapple, or what exactly it is. And I know it's probably not necessarily the most sought after product. See, the thing is, when people are looking for pineapple, what they want is the meat, and they want the juice. Nobody really looks for powdered pineapple. And I'm gonna guess that the powdered pineapple is probably made of dehydrated pineapple, the core of the pineapple, the husk, or whatever. Or, the non-edible part. I'm guessing they dry it, pulverize it, and you got pineapple powder. Well, the thing is that pineapple powder holds a lot of those fibers and a lot of that flavors. A lot of the flavors, not necessarily the sugar, but a lot of those flavors. And me personally, I'm a big flavor guy. I really enjoy flavors. I really enjoy flavors. Sometimes more than effects. I enjoy effects too, but yeah, I'm really big on flavors nowadays. I really enjoy flavoring my products, and sometimes I'll use flavors the way that some people use sugar to amplify their product, to improve the overall enjoyment of a product. Some of my favorite flavors being vanilla, chocolate. So believe it or not, chocolate can have a refined flavor. I'm not too sure where they get it from. And actually, I'm gonna give you a little bit of information that you might not want to hear right now. So so if you enjoy, and so anyways, this is a big spoiler on life. So you might want to mute your mic. You might want to mute your headphones just for a second. So if you enjoy, I'm gonna say it now. 3, 2, 1. Mute your headphones. So if you enjoy vanilla, there's a good chance that you have licked the anal glands of a beaver. See, the thing is, beavers' anal glands contain high amounts of vanilla flavoring. So if you enjoy vanilla ice cream, or vanilla candy, or vanilla yogurt, there's a good chance that that contains vanilla extract from vanilla flavor extract. See, that's the thing. It's not vanilla bean extract, vanilla flavor extract. And that vanilla flavor extract is more than likely extracted from the anal glands of a beaver. That's just how it goes. And it's something that was done a long time ago. It's something that's still done today. Okay, go ahead and unmute your mic. Unmute your headphones. I'm done saying that nasty stuff. And I hope that you had your headphones muted if you didn't want to hear that. Because that's a bit of trivia that maybe not everyone wants to hear. But I mean, if you know, now you know. And you know what? I think we're gonna end the stream on a cringe note. So I think we're around the 30-minute mark. So I think we're gonna end the stream on a cringe mark. I am kind of trying to watch a different video. I'm watching a drawing you. What do you look like? I'm watching a different video. I'm gonna get back to watching it and probably just be doing this for a little while. Nothing too interesting. So anyways, if you're watching live, thank you so much for watching live. If you're watching the VOD, thank you so much for watching the VOD. This is a charity stream, so if you could, please check out the link in the description. There's a charity there that could use your help, and even if you can't donate right now, just clicking the link and learning more about it could help. And that's gonna be all for now. So thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.